Hello friends, in this video we'll talk about transformation of relational expression. So we'll talk about equivalent rules, join ordering, enumeration of equivalent expression. Now a query can be expressed in several different ways with different cost of evaluation. So already we know, suppose one query is there, okay, and we can express it in different way. Say it may be like expression 1, okay, expression 2, expression 3, with different cost. Now if you evaluate the cost will be different, and our goal is to select the expression with minimum cost. Now what is equivalent expression? Now two relational algebra expressions are said to be equivalent if on every legal database instance the two expressions generate the same set of records or tuple or rows. Okay, so two relational algebra are there, and if it is equivalent because say two relational algebra are there, say we can say relational algebra expression 1 and relational algebra expression 2, and say table, say this is what our input, and if both the output are same, say if both the outputs are same, OP and OP1 and OP2, and if both are same, that means we can say relational algebra 1 and 2 both are equivalent, because two expressions generate the same set of records. Now order of record is irrelevant, but set of record is the same. Now sometimes it may be possible the orders are different, but here the number of records and the set of records should be the same. Okay, next we will see equivalent rules. And equivalence rule says that expression of two forms are equivalent. Okay, so we will see that different rules are there, and we can replace an expression of the first form by the expression of the second form, or vice versa. Now we can see here, we'll see different rules, and we can see already we have discussed about that. Say two expressions are there, expression 1 and expression 2, and say same inputs are there, table 1 and table 2. Here the result is here the output is result 1, and from expression 2 you can get the result 2. Now if result 1 is equal to result 2, then expression 1 and expression 2 are the equivalent expression. Okay, and the goal is to select the expression with low space and time cost. Now we can identify different equivalent expression with the help of equivalence rules. Now we'll see different rules. Okay, now use of equivalence rule. Now the optimizer uses equivalent rules to transform expression into other logical equivalent expressions. Okay, so with the help of equivalence rules we can transform from one form to the another form. Okay, so this is what form 1 and this is form 2. So with the help of equivalence rule we can convert one form to another form, or vice versa. We can convert this F2 to F1 and F1 to F2. Now we will see in detail. Okay, let L1, L2, Ln are the attributes, theta, theta1, theta n are the predicate or the conditions, E, E1, E2 to EP are the relational algebra expression. Now here different rules are there. We will see 16 rules are there. We will see one by one. So first one is what? The conjunction selection operation. Now let sigma theta 1 theta 2 E is equal to sigma theta 1 and sigma theta 2 E. That means what? Here the conditions are applied together. Okay, so here condition is applied together. Now here first selection condition theta 2 is applied, after that selection condition theta 1 is applied, and we can say both the expressions are equivalent. Okay, now suppose we have a table, say result is there. Here the attributes are roll number, subject ID and the marks. So the roll numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and the subject ID are S1, S2, S1, S3, and marks are 75, 69, 93 and 85. Now what you can do, so we can see this one. So sigma, okay, selection marks greater than 90 and subject ID S1 from the result. Now it is equivalent is what? First apply this, identify this one, okay, subject ID S1, and from the result we can identify marks greater than 90. Now you can see here, see this is what our result. Okay, so this is what our result table, and first of all apply this particular rule. So first of all identify the rows with the subject ID S1, so we can get this particular table, temporary table. So when subject ID S1 from the result table, so here S1 is there and S1 is there. That means what? 1 S1 75, 3 S1 93, 1 S1 75, 3 S1 93, and from that table, from that temporary table, say this is what our temporary table T1, from the temporary table we have to select the condition, we give the condition marks would be greater than 90. So out of these two, obviously this would be the selected. Okay, so 3S193 will be the answer. So here we apply this particular condition first, then this particular condition first. Now if you use directly, if you use this particular condition both together, we can get the same result. That means we can say these two are equivalent, because with the help of these two equivalent with the help of these two equivalent expression, we can get the same result, same output from the same input. Okay, next we can see this one, selection operations are commutative. Okay, now we can see here sigma theta 1 then sigma theta 2 e is equal to sigma theta 2 then sigma theta 1 e. That means what, first apply condition theta 2 then theta 1, here first apply condition theta 1 then theta 2. So you can see here first apply selection condition theta 2 then selection condition theta 1, and it is equivalent to first apply selection condition theta 1 then selection condition theta 2. So we can see here we can use the same result table. This is what our result table, where three attributes are there: roll number, subject ID and marks. Okay, now first is what, selection condition marks greater than 90, then we have applied subject ID S1. But in this particular case, first we apply the marks greater than 90, then apply the selection ID or subject ID is equal to S1. So we can see here first, here we apply the subject ID is result, subject ID is equal to S1. See, subject ID S1, so we can get these two results. So S1 1 S1 75, 3 S1 93, 1 S1 75, 3 S1 93. After that we apply the marks greater than 90. So from that particular from this particular expression we can get one temporary expression T1, and from this particular T1 we want to apply this one selection condition marks greater than 90. So definitely we have to select this particular row. So A3 S193, so it should be what, it should be 3 S193. This will be the output. Are you getting this one? Now in this case first we apply the marks. Okay, now this is what output from this particular expression. Now you can see here first apply the marks greater than 90. So in this, out of this, so only this particular row where the marks is greater than 93. So after, if you apply this particular condition first, marks greater than 90, the output will be what, 3 S193, 3 S193. After that we need the select, we have to select S1. So obviously only one row is there which is in S1, so definitely output will be what, 3 S193. So we can see here in both the cases the output are same. So you can see this result and this result both are same. So that means we can say these two are equivalent. Are you getting this one? That means what, selection operations are commutative. So here it is what, sigma 1 theta 2, here it will be what, it is theta 2 and theta 1. Next, only the final projection is required. Now you can see here pi L1, pi L1 L2, pi L1 L2 to Ln from E is equal to pi L1 E. So that means what, here we first we implement pi L1 L2 L3, then L1 L2, then L1. So it is equivalent to what, directly if we collect L1. So one table is there, say this is the name of the table is E, where the attributes are roll number, name, address and class. So what we can implement, so first we may extract, we may apply the projection roll number, name, address, then roll number and name, then roll number, or directly we can use pi roll number E. So if you use simple this one, so pi roll number, name, address, so the output will be what, roll number, name, address. So 1 Ram, M, B, 2 Rahim, D Amy. So obviously here 4 attributes are there. Now we have to extract 3. So roll number, name, address. From this particular table we have to access what, roll number and name. So from this table, from this particular table we have to access roll number and name. So roll number, name we have to extract. So roll number and name is what, 1 Ram and 2 Rahim. And from this particular table we have to extract only the roll number. So here we have to extract only the roll number. Okay, so it is what, it is roll number is what, 1 and 2. So instead of doing this one directly, we can extract roll number from this particular table. So if you extract the roll number from this particular table, output will be what, 1 and 2. That means what, these two expressions are equivalent. Okay. Next is here, selections can be combined with the Cartesian product and theta join. Now we can see here selection theta E1 Cartesian product E2 is equal to E1 theta join E2. That means what, here we may apply first E1 and E2 Cartesian product, then selection condition, or directly we can apply the theta join. Obviously both are equivalent, already you have seen. So we have two tables, E1 and E2. So E1 roll number names are there, in E2 roll number marks are there. So roll number 1 Ram, 2 Sita, 290, 385. Now suppose first of all we apply the cross product E1 and E2. So if you apply E1 cross product E2, the output will be what? This one 1 Ram 290, 1 Ram 390, 85, 2 Sita 290, 2 Sita 385. After that we want, see this one what, now we can see here, see this is the selection condition. So selection condition what, E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number, E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number, and then so first of all apply the Cartesian product E1 cross E2, then apply this particular condition, or directly we can apply E1 theta join E1 dot roll number is equal to E2 dot roll number. This is what equijoin with the E2. So if we first of all we have to apply this particular cross product, and after that we can apply the condition. So condition is what, roll number should be the same. So definitely we have to select this particular row, and the output will be what, roll number name, roll number mass, 2 Sita 290. And if you apply this particular theta join where the condition, this is the equijoin condition, so the output will be what, this one. So E1 theta join E1 dot roll number is equal to E2 dot roll number from E2. So definitely output will be this one. So in both the cases output is the same. That means we can say both the expressions are equivalent. Okay. Now we can say sigma theta 1 selection theta 1. Okay, selection condition theta 1 E1 theta join theta 2, condition is theta 2 E2, in between E2. So this is nothing but E1 theta join, the condition is what, theta 1 and theta 2 E2. Okay, so that means what, here in this case first apply the theta join where the condition is theta 2, then we can apply the selection condition theta 1. Instead of doing this one, we can apply the directly theta join where the condition is theta 1 and theta 2 from the table E1 and E2, and in both the cases the output is the same. So you can see these two tables are there, E1 and E2. Here roll number name address is there, and roll number subject ID and marks are there. So roll number 1 2 3 4, name Arijit, Shreya, Neha and Shankar, address say Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi and say Chennai, and roll number 1 2 3 4, subject ID S1 S2 S1 S3, and marks 92 60 75 and 45. Now we can see, if you see this one first, this condition theta 1 condition is what, marks greater than 85, and this theta 2 condition is what, E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number. Here we have applied equijoin and it is equivalent to this one. So here theta 1 and theta 2, that means what, marks greater than 85 and E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number. So first of all, if we apply this particular join, E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number, that means what, in this case this particular table will generate. Okay, so this particular table will generate when E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number, and here from that particular table we have to extract this condition where marks greater than 85. So marks greater than 85 is what, only this one, say 1 Arijit K Kolkata 1 S190, 1 Arijit K 1 S1 S92. Now if you apply this particular condition together, we can get the same result, this one. So marks greater than 85, so definitely marks will be this one and roll number should be the same. So if you merge this one, so definitely 1 Arijit K 1 S190 will be the output. That means we can say both these expressions are equivalent, because from the both the expression, and if the inputs are same, we can get the same output, same result. Okay, next is what, theta joins are commutative. Now E1 theta join E2 is equal to E2 theta join E1. So E1 first, then E2. Here E2 is first or E1. So it is immaterial. So we can use any one of as a first. So here we can see this one. Say two tables are there, E1 and E2 table. So if you write like this, so E1 theta join E1 roll is equal to E2 roll number E2, or E2 first, then E2 roll number is equal to E1 roll number E1. From both the cases we can get this particular output. Okay, from both the cases we can get this particular output. That means we can say both the tables are what, same. So the ordering may be the different. If you use this one first, then this one. Okay, if you use E1 first, then E2, or E2 E1 first, ordering may be the different, but these two sets should be the same. Okay, and definitely for us the ordering is immaterial. So E1 theta join E2 is equal to E2 theta join E1. Okay, that means what, both the expressions are equivalent. Next we can see the sixth one. We can see here E1 theta E1 join natural join E2 natural result E3 is equal to E1. So here you can see here, first apply natural join E1 with E2, then with E3 is equivalent to first apply E2 with E3, then with E1. So you can say both are same. Okay, so this, are you getting this one? So we can see the example. So three tables are there, E1, E2 and E3. So student table, result table and subject table. In student table 1, 2 Ram Rahim. In result table roll number 1, 2, subject S1, S2, marks 90 and 85. Subject ID S1, S2, physics, subject name physics and chemistry. Now suppose if you apply E1 natural join E2, so if you merge these two E1 and E2, the definitely output will be what? This one, 1 Ram S1 90, 2 Rahim S2 85, because we have to match the roll number. After that we have to combine with this E3. So if you merge these two, so you have to merge S1 S1 and S2 S2, so definitely we can get this particular result. Are you getting this one? Similarly, if you first E2 with E3, if you merge E2 and E3 combine, so definitely 1 S1 90 physics, 1 S1 90 physics, 2 S2 85 physics chemistry, 2 S2 85 chemistry. After that we have to merge with E1. Okay, so we have to merge with this, we have to join this E1, so we can get this particular result. So in both the cases the result is same, output is the same. That means we can say those two expressions are equivalent. Okay, next is theta joins are associative. Let E1 theta join E2, then theta join theta 2 condition is what? Theta 2 theta 3 with E3. Here E1, here so we can see first apply theta 1, E1 with theta 2, condition is theta 1. With E3 the condition is a theta 2 theta 3. In this case first apply theta 2, E2 with E3, condition theta 2, because where theta 2 involves attribute from only E2 and E3. So this is theta 2 is what? It is the condition is what? That attributes are from attribute of the condition of the attributes are what? Both are involved only E2 and E3. It is not associated with E1. So definitely what we can do, we can apply first theta 2, then the result with the E1, the condition was theta 1 and theta 2. In this case theta 1 alone, here theta 2 alone, but here in this case theta 2 theta 3, here theta 1 theta 3, but in both the cases the output is the same, the result is same. Now we can see here, say we have a 3 tables, okay, E1, E2 and E3. So the names are 1 2 3 4 Asa, Lata, Kishore, Rafi. Result 1 2 3 4, S1 S2 S1 S3, marks 90 60 75 83. Subject S1 S2 S3, physics chemistry and mathematics. Now see, this is what our theta 1. So E1 theta 1 E2, and this is what our theta 2 and theta 3. Are you getting this one? And see this particular, okay, this one, and this is what our E1 roll number E2, this is what our theta 1, okay, and marks greater than 90, this is what our, it is theta 2. Now this theta 3 is what? It is the merging condition in between E2 and E3. So subject ID is not in this particular table. So definitely we can use theta 3 to merge in between E2 and E3, to join in between E2 and E3, just like this one here. Okay, so we can, this one, you can use this one E2, the joining condition where subject ID is equal to S1. Now that means what, you have to merge these two where subject ID is equal to S1. So here we can first merge E1 with E2. So if you merge E1 and E1 with E2, we can get this particular result. So roll number name, roll number subject ID, marks, roll number name, roll number subject ID and marks. And here condition was roll number should be the same. Here condition is what? Roll number should be the same. Okay. Now this is what? This one. After that apply this particular condition, marks greater than 90, subject ID S1. So marks greater than 90 means what? This one is subject ID S1. So that definitely only one output will be there. 1 ASA, 1 S1 is okay, 1 S1 90, and subject is what? It is physics, because we have to merge with the E3. Okay, so S1 is what? We have to merge S1, here it is subject physics. So we have to merge these two tables. Okay, and the condition is what? Marks should be greater than 90 and subject ID should be the S1. So here we merge these two tables, okay, and subject ID is equal to S1. That means what? The output will be what? 1 ASA 1 S1 90 and physics. And if you do this one first, so that means you have to identify the subject 1 first. So this one what? So we have to merge these two tables where subject ID are what? S1 and S1 should be the S1. So 1 S1 90 physics, 1 S1 90 physics, and 3 S1 75, 3 S1 75, S1 physics. After that after that we have to identify this particular condition. After that we have to merge this table and this table. Are you getting this? We have to merge these two tables. So if you want to merge this table and this table, and merging should be what? Using the roll number, but the condition is what? Roll number should be the same and the marks is greater than 90. So definitely here marks is 90 is what? You have to select this particular table, and definitely we need the name of this particular roll number student 1. So the output will be what? 1 ASA 1 S1 90 and physics. So from both the expression we can get the same output. We have seen here, that means we can say both these expressions are equivalent. Next 7a, the selection operation distributes over the theta join operation under the following condition. So we can see here, first we apply the theta join, then selection condition. So here theta 0 is involved only in the attribute of E1 only. So here you can see here, first apply E1 E2 with theta join, then apply the selection condition. But if you're doing this one, instead of doing this one, what you can apply, because theta 0 is involved only with the E1. So first apply the selection condition, then apply the join theta. Are you getting this one? So you can see the result. Now here two tables are there, E1 and E2, student and result. So 1, 2, 3, 4, name Dhoni, Rahul, Kapil and Ravi. Address say Chennai, Bangalore, Chandigarh and Mumbai. And result 1, 2, 3, 4, subject ID S1, S2, S1, S3. Marks 92, 86, 82 and 78. So first is what? This condition is what? E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number. Are you getting this one? And then apply this particular theta 0 condition, marks. But this marks is associated only with the result table. It is not associated with this particular student table. So we can see here, first of all apply this particular selection condition on E2, because this particular marks is associated with the result only. So first of all apply this particular condition when selection condition marks greater than 90 from E2 and resulted with the theta join with E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number. So we can see here, first if you apply this particular condition E1 join E2, then we can get this particular table. Okay, so roll number, name, address. Okay, so roll number, name, address, roll number, subject ID, marks, roll number, subject ID, marks. Okay, and from that we have to select the marks which are greater than 90. So definitely you have to select this particular marks. So the output will be what? 1 Dhoni, Chennai, roll number 1, subject ID S1 and 92. Are you getting this one? So this is what, if you use this particular path. Now if you use this one first, so marks greater than 90 from E2. So from marks greater than 90 from E2 means we have to select this one. So that means what? 1 S1 92, 1 S1 92. After that we have to merge this table and that table. And if you merge these two tables, definitely we can get this particular output, because only one roll number is there. Now we can see here, if you use this particular expression, the intermediate table size is what? This one. Okay, but if you use this particular expression, here the size intermediate condition is what? Very small, because in both the cases output is the same. So definitely this will be the better expression than this one. Okay, because the expression intermediate table size is what? For this particular expression, intermediate table size is smaller than this particular table. Okay, next 7b. Now here selection condition theta 1 and theta 2, then here E1 theta E2, and it is equivalent to selection condition theta 1 E1, and the join, it is selection condition, here it should be the theta. Okay, it should be the theta, and selection condition theta 2. That means what? Here in this case, first apply the theta join in between E1 and E2, then apply the selection condition theta 1 and theta 2. Or what you can do, here we apply the selection condition theta 1 with E1, okay, theta 2 with E2, then apply the theta condition. Okay, now we can check. See, we have the two tables E1 and E2 where the roll number, subject ID, marks are there, subject ID and subject names are there. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, subject ID S1, S2, S1, S3, 92, 86, 82, 78, these are the marks. And subject ID S1, S2, S3, and subject name physics, chemistry and biology. Now if you see this one, so this condition is what? So marks greater than 90, this is what our theta 1, and subject ID S1, this is nothing but our theta 2. And here this condition, theta condition is what? S1 subject ID is equal to E2 subject ID. Instead of this, you can see that this marks, this particular condition is associated only this E1. It is not associated with E2. And this subject ID, it is definitely it is associated with both, but if you use this one, then it will also applicable. So here we apply the marks in with E1 and subject ID with the E2. and after that we just use this particular theta condition here. This is what our theta condition. Are you getting this one? Now we can see here, if you apply this particular condition E1, this condition with E2, then this is what our intermediate result. So roll number, subject ID, marks, roll number, subject ID, marks, subject ID and subject name, subject and subject name, but subject ID should be the same. So here you can see here S1 S1, S2 S2, S1 S1, S3 S3. Now this is nothing but our what? This is nothing but this particular output of this. After that we have to select marks greater than 90 and subject ID S1. So marks greater than 90 and subject ID S1. So definitely output will be what? 1 S1 92, 1 S1 92, S1 and physics. So this will be the output of this particular expression. Or what you can do, first of all apply this particular condition. First of all identify the marks which are greater than 90 from the table E1. So from table definitely you can get the result 1. So 1 S1 and 92, because only one roll number is there where the marks is greater than 90. And here from this particular table we have to select only the S1. So we have to select only the S1. So select. So definitely there is a one single row is there, single row record is there. So this is what selection ID S1 from E2 and marks greater than 90 from E1. After then we have to apply the theta condition. We have to equijoin these two tables, and we can get this particular result: 1 S1 92, 1 S1 92, and S1 physics, S1 physics. We can see here, if you use this particular left side expression, now see the size of the intermediate table. And if you see this particular, now see the size of the expression table. Definitely the right side expression is better than the left side expression in this case, and both are equivalent. So definitely you have to use this particular expression, because here see joining is what? Here it is Cartesian product, then the selection condition. So here intermediate result is high, very high. Size of the intermediate result is very high. So definitely it needs space and time, more needs space and time. So definitely we have to use this one. Next is 8. The projection operation distributes over the theta join operation. Now here two parts are there, A and B. So here you can see here, first of all you can see here, first of all apply the theta join in between E1 and E2, then apply the projection L1 union L2. Or what we can do, first of all L1 you apply the L1 projection with E1 and L2 projection with E2, then apply the theta join. Okay, so L1 L2 be the attribute of E1 and E2 respectively. So L1 is the attribute of E1 and L2 is from E2. So definitely we have to apply the projection first, then theta join, instead of join first then projection. So we can see one simple example. Now here two tables are there, E1 and E2, student and result. The roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, name Geeta, Sita, Mita, Jitu, address Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai. Here result is roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, subject ID S1, S2, S1, S3, marks 93, 86, 82 and 75. Now suppose first of all we have to apply the theta join in between E1 and E2. So if we apply theta join in between E1 and E2, we can have to construct a table like this way. Okay, so we can see here roll number, name, address, roll number, subject ID and marks. Okay, so here this is what intermediate result, and from that particular result we need roll number, name and subject ID. So roll number, name, roll number, subject ID. So we need roll number, name, roll number, subject ID. So definitely the output will be what? This one, 1 Geeta 1 S1, 2 Sita 2 S2, 3 Mita 3 S1, okay, and 4 Jitu 4 S3. Now what you can do, instead of doing this one, we have where the attributes are roll number and name from E1. So roll number and name from E1, this is what our, okay, so this is from E1. So if we apply this particular, say roll number and name from E1, so we can see this is what our E1. So we need only roll number and name. We have to discard this address because it is not required in the final result. And this is what our, we can say this is what our projection condition here, roll number and the subject ID from the E2. So from E2 we need roll number and subject ID because marks attribute is not required. So here you just extract roll number and subject ID, and after that we have to apply the join, equijoin, theta join. Okay, so here if you merge these two, we can get this particular result. So in both the cases result is the same, but you can see here in the, if you apply the join first then selection condition, the intermediate table size is very high with respect to this one. Are you getting this one? So definitely we have to use the right part in this case also. Now we can see the another example. See 8b here. First of all apply this theta join. Okay, that means what? Here we apply theta join in between E1 and E2, then apply the projection condition L1 in1 L2. Okay, now what you can do, see here we join these two tables. Here we have to select all the attributes. Instead of selecting all the attributes, we have to select only the required attribute. So here L1 is required because it is needed in output section. L2 is required because it is needed in output section. But here L3 and L4 we have just include because L3 is used for L3 and L4 we use to join the tables. So we have to select only those attributes which are used to join these particular tables. If attributes are not required for join or for the output, we have to discard those attributes. That means what, here we have to apply the projection operation L1 with L3 first with U1, and then apply L2 union L4 with A2, and then we can apply the theta join condition, and after that definitely we need L1 in union L2. After that you have to apply this one. Okay, so we can see here, suppose we have a two attribute E1 two tables E1 and E2. Here attributes are roll number, name, address. Here attributes are roll number, subject ID and marks. Okay, now here we have to merge E1 and E2. We have to merge E1 and E2. We have to join E1 and E2 with the roll number. So obviously these two are the required attribute. But in output we need only the name and marks. We need only name, this one name and the marks. Address is not required and subject ID is not required. Are you getting this one? So here we have to merge E1 and E2. E1 and E2. If you merge E1 and E2, definitely the merging table is roll number, name, address, roll number, subject ID and marks. From that particular table we need only the name and marks. We need only the name and marks. Instead of doing this one, what you can do, first of all extract L1 and L3. So you can see here this is what our L1, this is what our L2. Okay, and this is what our L1, this is what our L2, and this will be our L3, or this will be our L4. Roll number is L3 L4. So here it is L3. Okay, roll number is the L3. So roll number is the L3. Here it is L4. And name is the L1 and it is L2. So we need only the L1 and L2. Okay, we need only the L1 and L1. So this name is what? It is L1 and the L2 is what? Marks. We need only L1 and L2, and joining is what? With the help of L3 and L4. Joining with the help of L3 and L4. We don't require address and subject ID. So if you do not extract, if you do not mention here, if you do not extract before that, if you do not eliminate before joining, so it will create a big table. So unnecessary, you have to add, we have to add the information about address and the subject ID. And definitely because after that we need only the name and marks. So it will create big table. So what we can do before applying the merge condition, we just extract the required attributes. We need only the name, roll number. We don't require address, eliminate it. So how we can eliminate it? We have to apply the projection condition. So first of all, we need name and roll number, name and roll number. We have to extract, here we discard the address attribute, and here we need roll number and marks. Roll number and marks, we have to discard the subject ID from the E2 table. After that we have to merge this one. So merging is what? E1 roll number is equal to E2 roll number. And if you merge these two one, definitely if you merge this one, definitely you can get the same result, name and marks. So in both the cases we can get the same result, name and marks. But if you use this one, it will create big intermediate result. But if you use this one, it will create small intermediate result. Definitely in this case also right part is the better. Okay. Ninth one, the set operations union and intersection but not difference are commutative. So E1 union E2 is equal to E2 union E1, or E1 intersection E2 is equal to E2 intersection E1, or E1 minus E2 is not equal to E2 minus E1. So it is not commutative. So we can see one simple example. So two tables are there, E1 and E2. Here the Sachin, Dhani, Ravindra, Jadeja. Here E2 in Ravindra, Ashwin and Jahir. So if you apply E1, E1, E2, the output will be what? So you have to merge these two data. So Sachin, Dhani, Ravindra, Ashwin and Jahir. And definitely if you apply E2 union E1, so Ravindra, Ashwin, Jahir, Sachin and Dhoni, both the outputs are same. That means both the outputs are same. That means both are equivalent. Similarly, if you apply the intersection, if you apply intersection between E1 and E2, so intersection of E1 and E2 and E2 and E1, in both the cases output is what? It is Ravindra Jadeja, the common. So that means you can say both the expressions are same. But if you apply E1 minus E2, the output will be what? Sachin and Dhani. But if it is E2 minus E1, output will be what? Ashwin and Jahir. That means we can say this is not equal to this one. So both are not equivalent. But these are the equivalent. So E1 union E2 or E2 union E1 both are same thing. E1 intersection E2 or E2 intersection E1 both are same thing. But E1 minus E2 and E2 minus E1 both are not same. Next we can see that set union and intersection are associative. So E1 union E2 with E3 is equal to E1. So first apply here. First of all apply E1 with E2, then the resultant with E3. But here first apply E2 union E3, then resultant with E1. So here first apply intersection, then apply this intersection. But in this case first E2 with E3, then with E1. So you have three tables E1, E2 and E3. So first of all, if you apply E1 union E2, the output is what? ABC, the common thing ABC. And we have to union with E3. So definitely output will be what? ABCD. But if you apply E2 union E3 first, the output will be what? BCD. With E1 means what? Output will be what? ABCD. So in both the cases, output are same. Similarly, if you apply the E1 intersection E2, the common thing is what? B. Intersection with E3, there is no common thing, so it is null. In this case, E2 with E3, common is what? C. But here E1 is what? No C is there, so E1 intersection E2, the output is same. So in both the cases, it is null. So that means what you can say? Both are what? It is equivalent. Next we can see the selection operation distributions over the union, intersection and set difference operations are same, the equivalent. So selection condition E1 union E2 is nothing but first apply selection condition E1 and E2, then apply union, or selection condition first apply intersection, then selection condition. In this case, first apply selection condition on E1 and E2, then apply intersection, or first apply the difference, then apply selection condition, or apply selection condition on E1 and E2. After that, you have to apply difference. So we can see simple example. Say we have two tables E1 and E2. So roll number 1, 2 marks 90 and 98. Roll number 2, 3 marks 75 and 95. Okay. So here we may apply the marks. It is say 98. So instead of it is 98. Okay. So 90, 98, 98, 95. Now if you apply E1 union E2, so obviously 190, 298 and 395. After that, we have to apply the selection condition. Selection condition is what? Marks greater than 95. So first of all apply E1 union E2. So if you apply E1 union E2, the output is what? This one. After that apply the selection condition, marks greater than 95. So marks greater than 95 will be what? Obviously once record is there, that is 2 and 98. But if you apply selection condition first in E1, so first selection condition apply in E1, so output will be what? Only 298, because only one record is there. And in this case, marks greater than 95 from E2 greater than 95. Okay, so from greater than 95 it is what? This one is there, so it is what? 298. So it should be what? 298. And if you apply the union operation, after that if you apply union operation, definitely output is what? 298. Okay, same thing. So definitely you can say both the expressions are equivalent. Next, 12.1. The projection operation distributes over the union operation. So first of all apply the union, then projection, or apply projection from with E1 and E2, then apply the union. So see, we have two tables E1 and E2, the roll number marks. So first of all apply the union, then extract the roll number, or first apply the projection, then union. So you can see, so E1 and E2 first apply union operation. So this is what our E1 union E2. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6. So union operation. After that we have to extract the roll number. So only you have to extract the roll number. So roll number is what? 1 2 3 4 5. Or what we can do, first extract the roll number from E1. So this is nothing but our extract the roll number from E1, and this is what? Extract roll number from E2. So first of all apply extract roll number from E1, and apply extract roll number from E2, and after then apply the union operation, and definitely we can get the same result. So we can say both the expressions are equivalent. Okay, next one. See here, first apply the difference E2 with E2 minus E3 difference, then join theta join, or for theta join with E1 E2 and theta join with E1 E3. So we can see whether it is true or false. So we have three tables, E1, E2 and E3. So first of all apply E2 minus E3. So E2 minus E3. So if you apply E2 minus E3 means what? We have to eliminate the attribute if it is present in E3. So roll number 3 is present here. So we have to eliminate 3 roll number from this particular E2 table. So output will be what? 190 and 262. After that result will then apply the eq join. So here it is theta join is there. So if you apply eq join with E1. So if you merge these two tables, the output will be what? 1 Ram 190, 2 Shyam 262. So we can do the same thing here. So first of all merge E1 with E2. So if you merge E1 with E2 and if you apply eq join here, so 1 2 3 1 2 3, okay, 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 Ram Shyam Sita and 90 62 73 90 62 73. Or we can merge E1 with E3 when if you have equation. So if you have common attributes or what? Common attributes 3 and 4, 3 and 4. So 3 and 4, 3 Sita 73, 4 Gita 86. After that apply the subtraction difference. So this minus this. So definitely you have to remove Sita here, because Sita attribute is present in this particular E3 table, in this particular table. So definitely output will be what? 1 Ram 90, 2 Shyam 62. Now here both are same. You can see here one extra roll number is there, but here roll number, it is redundant attribute, redundant information. We can eliminate this particular redundant information, and we can say both are same here. So we can say both these expressions are same. Now we can see here here we apply the aggregate function. Okay, so first apply aggregate function, then selection, but here we apply first selection condition, then aggregate function. See, we need, so one table is there, one table is there where roll number and marks are there. Roll number 1 1 90 80, 2 2 70 60, roll number 3 3 marks 90 and 100. So first of all we want to apply the average marks of all the roll number. So average marks of all the roll number is what? 1 2 3. So if you add these two, if you take the average of 90 and 80, output is what? 85. If you take average of these two number, it is 65. If you take average of these two number, it is 95. So this is nothing but our what? Output of this one. So we need roll number and the average marks of each roll number. So 185. Then after that we have to select the condition roll number should be greater than 2. So that means what? We have to discard these two records, and we have to retain only this particular record, that is 3 and 95. Or what you can do, first of all apply the selection condition. So first of all select those records where roll number is greater than 2. So definitely 2 records are there, these 2 records are there. So roll number name, so 390, 3 100. After that we apply the aggregate function, so roll number and marks, so 3 and 95. So in both the cases output is what? This is the output. That means we can say both the expressions are equivalent. Next, you can see here first of all apply the left outer join, okay, and then apply the selection condition. Or what you can do, first apply the selection condition, then you can apply left outer join, and we have to check whether they're equivalent or not, where theta uses only attribute from U1. So theta uses only attribute of U1, it is not associated with E2. So we can have two attribute, two tables are there, E1 and E2, student and result. So roll number 1 2 3 4, name Rita, Geeta, Moon and Bapi. Here E2 roll number 2 3 4, marks 90 60 and 70. So first of all if we apply the left outer join, so what is the left outer join? So already we know we have to retain all the information from the left table. Okay, so if you retain all the information from the left table, we can see this one. So roll number name and marks. So here 1 2 3 4, 2 3 4 is there, roll number 1 is not there, so in this case it should be the null. Okay, after that we have to select the roll numbers from this particular table, roll number greater than 2. So roll number greater than 2 means what? We have to select only these two records, 3 and 4. So this is what our final result, 3 Moon 60 and 4 Bapi 70. But here we can see first apply the selection condition with E1. So roll number greater than 2. So definitely we need we have to discard these 2 records, we have to retain these 2 records, 3 and 4. and from that, after that, we have to apply the left outer join with this particular E2 table. So if you apply left outer join with the E2 table, we can get this particular result. Okay, so 3 mons 60, 4 BAP is 70. That means what? You can see both the tables are same. So that means we can say both the expressions are equivalent. Next we can see here, here we apply the difference first. Okay, so that means here we can apply first difference R minus S, then apply the projection condition. Or what you can do, first we can apply the projection from both the table, then we can apply the difference, and both are equivalent. So we have a two tables E1 and E2 where roll number marks are there. Roll number marks 1, 2, 3, 90, 60, 75, 3, 5, 6, 86, 99, 38. So what you can do, first E1 minus E2, R minus S, E1 minus E2, then we need only the roll number. Or what you can do, first extract roll number from E1, extract roll number from E2, then apply the difference. So first of all, if you apply E1 minus E2, so E1 minus E2 means what? If you apply E1 minus E2, so this is nothing but our E1 minus E2 table. So here you have to remove this 3 because 3 record is present in here in this particular E2 table. So output is what? 190, 260, and from that result we need only the roll number. So here this is nothing but our roll number. Output is what? 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Or what you can do, first of all extract roll number from E1 table. Okay, so this is what our roll number from E1 table, and then what? It is the roll number from E2 table. And after that we can apply the difference, and the result is what? Same 1 and 2, because here 3 is the common thing, so we have to remove the common attribute. Okay, that means we can say both the expressions are equivalent. But if you use this one, for if one is this one, so it will generate less size intermediate tables. Okay, next is what? Join ordering. Now most query optimizer pay a lot of attention to the join order, because a good ordering of join operation is important for reducing the size of the temporary result. Now we can see three tables are there, R1, R2 and R3. So here we apply first R1, join R1 with R2 and with the R3, resultant with R3. Or here first apply R2 with R2, then resultant with R1. So we have to select which one is the, say, although these expressions are equivalent, the cost of the computing them may differ. Now we can check. See, we have a two table E1 and E2 and E3. Three tables are there. Here roll number 1, 2, 3, 4. Name Rafi, Kishore, Asa and Udit. Here E2 is what? Roll number and subject ID 1, 2, 3, 4. Subject ID S1, S2, S3, S4. In E3, two subjects are there, S1 and S2, physics and chemistry. Now, suppose if you join E1 and E2 first. Suppose we join E1 and E2 first. So size of the table is what? It is 4. And here size of the table is what? 4. So we need 4 into 4. That means what? Intermediate table size is what? It should be 16 first. Then we apply the equijoin here. Then selection condition. So join is what? First. Okay. So first of all, in join condition, first of all apply the Cartesian product, and after that we have to apply the selection condition. So E1 and E2. So total size of the intermediate table is what? It's 16. And resultant table size is what? It will be 4. And after that we have to merge this fourth size of the resultant table will be 4. And we have to merge with E2, and the size of table is what? 2. So another we have to intermediate table is what? 4 into 2, that is what? 8. Are you getting this one? So if you merge E1 with E2, first of all Cartesian product table size is what? 4 into 4, 16. And resultant table is what? Say ET. Okay, temporary table say ET. And the size of the table is what? It should be the 4 rows should be there. If you apply this one, 4 rows should be there in this case. And if you apply join operation in between E2, so 4 into 2, the Cartesian product table size is what? It will be 8. So total size will be what? 28. But if you apply E2 with E3 first, so the size of the E2 is what? It is 4. And size here it is what? 2. So E2 with E3, so size of the cross product size table is what? 4 into 2, it is 8. But the resultant table size is what? It should be the 2. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 and S1, S2, S3, S4. But here only S1, S2 are there. So it will retain one what? It will retain only these two records. It will discard these two records because here S3 and S4 is not there. So the resultant table size will be what? It will be 2. And after that resultant table with E1. So E1 with E2. So definitely E1 size is what? 4. So 4 into 2 it is 4 into 2 it is 8. So total is what? It is 16. So if you merge like this way, if you join, apply, join like this way, so total will be what? 24 record size. Here it is what? Intermediate record size is 16. So definitely this one is the less. It needs less time and space as compared to this. So definitely this will be the better approach than this one. That's why join ordering is important. Finally, you just see one simple example of transformation. Let we have a three tables, say student table, okay, result table and subject table. Here in student table, attributes are roll number, name and address. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, name Dhoni, Muralidharan, Shenwan and Kapil. So Muralidharan is my favorite cricketer. Address say Chennai, Mumbai and Chandigarh. So it is fictitious, it is not true definitely. Result were 1, 2, 3, 4, subject ID S1, S2, S1, S3 and marks 75, 60, 95 and 42. Subject S1, S2, S3 came physics, chemistry and biology. Now the query is what? List the name of the student who have enrolled in physics and got marks 90. So definitely who enrolled in physics. So physics information in this present in this particular subject table and marks information is present in this particular table, but we need the name. So definitely we have to merge these three tables. So what we can do? So we need only the name. So we need pi name, okay, and the condition of subject name is equal to physics and marks is greater than 90. So we have to apply the apply the join operation. So we can join result with subject first, then resultant with to the student, and from the intermediate table we need from this particular intermediate table we need this one. We have to apply this particular condition, and from that condition we need the name. Now if you merge result and subject, okay, so the attributes are roll number, subject ID, marks, roll number, subject ID, marks and the subject name. So if you apply the natural join, so this is what our intermediate table, if we this one, and we have to merge this table with this table. So natural join, so you can get this particular intermediate table. So roll number, name, address, and here from this particular table subject ID, marks and subject name. So this is what after apply this particular join, this particular table, and after that we need to apply this condition, subject name physics. So subject name physics, but marks is greater than 90. Marks greater than 90. That means we have to retain only this particular record. So that means what? 3 Shenwan, Mumbai, S1, 95 physics. Okay, so we need 3 Shenwan, Mumbai, S1, 95 physics, but we need only the name. So we have to extract the name only. So the output is what? Shen. Are you getting this one? Now can you do something different? We can see here see subject and marks, these two attributes are not associated with the student. These two are associated with this particular. So that means what? We have to, if we implement this particular condition first, okay, then if we merge join, and then we can apply the projection condition, that we can do. So here you may see here 7a condition, we have used 7a conditions. So we can see which one is. So we can, this is what our 7a condition, you can remember this one. So here first apply the join, then selection, but this condition selection condition is what? It is only on E1. okay, so this condition is applicable only E1. So first apply this one. So if you do this one, we can reduce the reduce the size, intermediate table size. Okay, now are you getting this one? Now after that, furthermore, you can see here this subject, physics subject, it is associated only this particular subject table, and marks is associated with the result. We can see here subject is only in subject table and marks is associated with the result. So what you can do, we can implement selection condition with the marks with the result, and subject ID physics, subject name physics with the subject table. Are you getting this one? So if you apply this one, subject name physics, so from this particular table we have to extract only this particular record, 1 physics, S1 physics, and if you want to extract the roll number, marks greater than 90 from the result, so you can see only there must be one record, 3 S195. okay, so 3 S195, and if you apply the join, if you join these two table, we can get this particular table. So this is nothing but our join, 3 S195 physics, 3 S195 physics, and after that we have to join with the student, apply the join with the student, join with the student. Here roll number is what? 3, common roll number 3. So we have to extract this particular record, 3 Shen, Mumbai. So 3 Shenwan, Mumbai, S195. We have to merge. If you join, apply join condition in between this one and the student table. Are you getting this one? But from here we need only the name. So the output is this one. So you can see this one is both the same. That means what, this expression as well as this expression as well as this expression all are equivalent. Are you getting this one? But if you compare both the case, output is same. If you compare, if you use this particular expression, see the intermediate table size, these are large enough, large. But if you use this one, the intermediate table size are small. So obviously this will be the better. So how you convert this one? So if you have to apply the rules, okay, here you apply 7a, you apply 7b. So if you apply the rules, we can extract, we can convert one expression to another expression, and then we can check which one is the better expression. So in this case, this one is the better expression. Are you getting this one? Or you can do further more. So here in all the cases here, marks you can see here, in the final output, roll number only we need the name. Okay, so we need only the name, and we don't require other attributes. Here to merge these two tables, we need only the roll number. So we don't require subject ID, marks and subject name. Here we just keep as it is, this one as this one, this one, this one. But here after that we need only the roll number. We don't require subject ID, marks and subject name. So if you can eliminate this one if you select the projection condition. So here if you project the, if you from, so this is nothing but the output of this. If you apply only this projection condition, that means what, we need only this particular roll number 3, and after that we can merge these two. So if you apply this merge, that means what, you can eliminate the unwanted attributes, say subject ID, marks and subject name. Subject ID, marks, subject name, these are unwanted, and from that particular we need only the roll number, name. So we need only the name here. So if you remove this one, if you extract only the roll number, the resultant join is what, roll number, name and name. So if you compare these two tables, so definitely this will be the what, smaller size than this one. So further we can apply rules to reduce the intermediate table size. Are you getting this one? So this one is very important. So please pause the video and see and check the conditions properly. Okay, so definitely all the expressions are equivalent. See, this one, this one, this one, this one, all expressions are equivalent, but this one is the better expression, because here the size of the intermediate tables are very small. Okay, and that is a very big video, and it's the end of this particular video. Thank you very much.